5 goodies today. All right. We'll start with a couple of easy, super easy attacks, and then we'll do a couple of other things, escape and a sweep to finish it off. Okay. Super easy. So this is half guard. Basically, got one of his legs as opposed to a full guard. I've got both of my legs around. Okay. We're going to play a little bit different. I'm going to be playing a bit of a shinga guard.
I don't know what he does with them.
Okay. You too.
Good?
I don't want that. I'm talking. We're going to be playing
You
a
asked
bit
me
of
to
shinga.
record because you breathe into it
What I'm looking
apparently.
for, if he does put a bit of pressure down on me, I want this frame here. So one's going to be on his shoulder here. We've got my forearm in his neck a little bit, and then this one's going to be in the bicep. Okay? Pay attention that I'm on my side as well. I'm not playing on my back. If you're on your back, you messed up somewhere. You should always be on your side. Okay? For this one, I'm going to grab his collar. Okay? Because in a minute, I'm going to shoot my leg out, and I'm going to pull this to the side here. Okay? So I'll just do that with this arm for a second. Okay? That's what I'm looking for. That's the first part. This second part, that's the hand that's on the bicep, is going to slide down to the wrist. Okay? So we're here and there. Okay, once you've done this, you let go of that collar, come around his arm and grab your own wrist. Okay? And do what they call monkey grips. Okay, so for the people over there that don't know what that is, just it's basically the thumb over. I'm not so much grabbing like this, I'm grabbing like that. Okay? You'll understand when you try and do it, okay? And then once you're happy with that, bring it all nice back together, nice and tight again, and take his wrists to the back of his head. That's the goal. You probably won't, well, unless they're flexible, then sweet, yeah. But most of the time, you'll probably get it about here and not tap anyway. Okay? So you've got your good little shin guard here. Okay? And off we go. Nice easy one. Then beginners go with some of the experienced people. And yeah, Kimura from half guard. Super easy stuff. Okay? Us.
Us.
So let's say we're going to go for a punch choke now. Probably one of my favorites. It sucks. Alright? But we still have the same setup here. Okay? You've got your shin guard and stuff like that. This grip here is going to go for 4 fingers in. Okay? Right, as I say, the Kimura's not working and you know it's not happening, you know, whatever, okay? But what we're going to do is going to turn my knuckles into the side of his neck there. It's kind of a painful one, so just be careful, okay? Don't just go like that, okay? You won't make any friends like that, okay? So you're here, you're going to turn your wrist into there, into his neck, inside of his neck. This free hand needs to look for the opposite lapel here, because this is going to pull the slack out. Okay, it's going to pull the slack out of the back there and make this tighter. Okay, so you stiff arm with the punch and you pull with the other one. Okay, it's a fast one, and I won't spend too much time on this. I mean, like I said, be careful with this. I'm not, in terms of where you want it on his neck, right in there, that little gap there between your esophagus and his neck muscle there's preferably good. But if you happen to get it in the side muscle there, yeah, it's going to be a bit more painful. It's going to be painful regardless, all right? So we're here, scooch over, and off we go. So stiff arm, grab this one, and pull. So you keep your shin guard, the whole process, okay? Keep the shin guard. Any questions? Easy stuff. We won't spend too much time on this because it's literally like 2 steps in a sense. Maybe 3 steps. Let's go. Quite simple one. You're going to start the same place again. Good old shin guard. Alright? And you've got your little frame here on the shoulder and okay? So what I'm going to do is this leg is going to kick out again. That's going to be the first thing. But at the same time, this frame here is going to go under. Okay? So you do like a little Kimura sit up, make sure you're up on your elbow. Okay? Yeah. Up on your elbow. Then I like to get onto my hand. And then scoop myself up there, shrug your shoulder off. Go and take the back. here. So it's a little bit better when they put a bit of pressure on you, because they fall into you. Okay, once you're here, shut your shoulder off, and get your seatbelt grip. One more time. I'll do it slow as possible. Okay. Okay. Oh, if you want to take this back, make sure you get that grip. You probably. Okay. You can do that part too if you want. But I'm not really fussed about that. I just want you to get used to that. Underhook. Shut the shoulder off and get your seatbelt. Any questions? Good. I want to see it pristine, and if no one's got any questions. Cool, let's go for it.
Osssssss.
Alright, so this last one is the lockdown sweep. I'll do this at a few different angles in a minute, but I just want to emphasize safety on this particular movement because it hurts and it can take people out. Okay? So I'm going to try and show you as safe as possible to do this, and hopefully no one goes home with any injuries and stuff. Okay? But it's a good sweep, and there's the reason. I'm going to show you the reason why I use this in a particular situation, and it's going to be from shin guard. Okay? So I'll do it at a different angle. I'm going to be doing it with my face, my head over here, and I'll do it with my head over here so you can see what my feet are doing. Okay? Right, so you got your half guard. Now, let's say he passes my guard. Oh, no, sorry, passes my guard. He gets rid of the shin. Or I go for something and he flattens me down. He just smushes me. Smush. Oh, okay. Now I'm in trouble. Okay? I'll do this. Get on. I'll show that part in a second there. Okay? This is the first part that can kind of hurt if you keep yanking it like an idiot. Alright? But for this lockdown sweep, you want double unders. So as he's flattening me down, I've got these ready to go. I'm happy. Alright? I just need to get this part down there, which I'll show you in a second. Okay? Next part is I'm going to grab whatever. I'll grab his jacket here with his no-gi in the armpits. Okay? I'm going to push him up that way, but at the same time, my knees are going to come up. Do this slowly so they can follow, so they know what's happening. If I just do this without him knowing, it can hurt a little bit. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. So that's your first part. Okay? And then the next part, so let me just get my. Hi guys. The next part, as I bring him back down, this is going to go that way. Okay? And my legs can go down and that way. Okay? If the opportunity comes where you can grab this arm, brilliant, because it means you've got no base, but generally you don't really need it. Okay? So we're here, you're going to pull down, you're going to end up in the top half. Okay? Now, the lockdown part, the part that people struggle with, so don't get there and screw it. Okay, so you climb down. Right, and you start like this. Right? Outside leg goes on the inside. Okay? This one goes over that foot, and this one goes under here. Okay? That's your lockdown start. So, here, boom. Over that one, under this stuff there. Down. Okay, once you're happy with this, you're ready to go. So, like I said, grab his jacket or his armpits, whatever. You're going to bring your knees up that way and push it up at the same time. Okay, once you're happy with that, you're going to push your knees down that way. Okay, diagonal. Okay. There's quite a few steps with this, take time obviously, but again, communicate with your partner saying, okay, are you ready? Especially if that first, when you bring them up, then when you bring them down. Okay, because that's the stuff that hurts. And it has taken on people here. Okay? I want you to learn to do it safely, so if you do another roll, you don't take someone out. Okay? Any questions?
I was just going to say, recognize as well what it feels like when somebody's doing it on you, when you're in rolls, be aware that somebody's doing it to you, and that way you can either tap or you can make them aware that they're putting you in an unsafe position, all right? Because it's both sides. Most responsibility is on the person doing it, but you're going to be a lot less likely to be injured if you recognize what it feels like, okay?
Is it close to a knee bar?
No.
Just a lot of pressure around. Kind of feels like a bit of a. Kind of feels a bit of a calf slicer, but because of the turning of the knee, it's a bit unnatural for the knee, so it can tear up the knee a little bit. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Just do it a little bit slow. If you are doing it in a live roll and someone's got a lockdown on you and you can't get out, just tap. Honestly, like, what are you trying to prove? It's just jiu-jitsu. For 99% of us here, it's just a hobby. We've all got lives out of this. All right, you don't want to go to work next day with a blown knee or whatever the case is. Okay.
You won't go to work the next day, and you won't go to work for the next few weeks. I can tell you that.
If you're uncomfortable, this is more for you. When you do some rolls here and you don't know what's going on, hopefully the person you're with will give you guidance rather than just completely smashing you. But if you don't know, when you get a bit more comfortable with the sport and you don't know what to do and you're in trouble, just tap and restart. It's all a learning process. You're not going to be a black belt tomorrow. No one is. All right? Just want to have fun here and then go back to our lives and come back again, feeling fresh and having more fun. Okay? All right, we'll do this for the last 10 minutes and then we'll do some rolls, okay?